What should you wear when you're going rock pooling? That's a good question. And actually the most important thing is to have good footwear. So I'm wearing wellies here today. They're absolutely perfect, but you don't have to have wellies. Old trainers or running shoes are absolutely fine as well. Quite often I wear them in the hot weather, just so long as they've got good soles and good grips. And if you do wear trainers and you get them wet in the rock pools, make sure you rinse them off afterwards, because the salt can actually eat away at them. Other than that, just appropriate clothes for the weather really. I've got some waterproof trousers on here. They're good if you want to sit down, don't have to worry about getting a wet bum. And even on a nice sunny day like today, the weather can always change, so good idea to take a waterproof coat as well. Should you take a bucket when you're going rock pooling? Certainly a lot of people do, and it's no problem to take a bucket with you. You don't necessarily need it though, not unless you're lucky enough to catch something really big and you want to put it in there. If you do put some animals in a bucket when you're rock pooling, please don't leave them in there for too long. They can die if it gets too hot, the water in the bucket. Don't put too much rotting seaweed in the bucket as well, because that can kill them as well. And just don't keep them in there too long, put them back. In actual fact, when I'm going rock pooling, I don't usually take a bucket. I just take a little plastic tray like this, something you might get from a fast food takeaway. And that's a nice thing to easily carry around with you. If you find something, you can put it in there so you can have a better look at it, maybe take a picture of it, and then you can just put the animal straight back, so you don't have to keep it out of its natural environment for very long at all. How will you know the names of the animals and of the seaweeds that you find when you go rock pooling? Well, it's not easy. There's hundreds of different species out there and nobody knows them all. So it's always good to take with you what we call an ID guide, an identification guide. And in these books, there's lots of them about, there's information about the different animals that you might find, and also how to identify them and what they're called. So do make sure you take an ID guide with you when you go rock pooling.